Let's go to Todd Graham, Director of Debate, Southern Illinois University. He joins us now to talk some more in the aftermath of this debate. Thanks for your time tonight.
Absolutely.
I felt like Donald Trump this time listened to the debate whisperers. Do you agree?
I totally agree. I don't know where to give credit. It's either to the mute button because it got started on the right path, or it's to all of his advisors from Kellyanne Conway all the way down, Chris Christie. They all said the same thing, which is, please don't interrupt. Please let Biden speak. And it most certainly was a very different debate than the first one. I was quite happy. I was quite happy.
Okay, let's turn to Joe Biden for a moment. More on point, more focused?
He was. I think this is more traditional of the Biden debate that you saw against Bernie Sanders. He's good in the one-on-one debate as long as there's not a lot of chaos going on. So absolutely. And I think Biden did a particularly good job of answering the questions that were given to him. Even if they were difficult or not, he still did a good job of directly answering those questions.
Okay, so Todd, any knockdown shots, any blunders that you want to talk about?
I would call it a cumulative effect. What happened for me was after about 45 minutes of the debate, I had jotted down two notes, which is, wow, I'm really proud of Trump for not interrupting. And wow, that really hurt Trump that he didn't cause chaos, because the cumulative effect of him not answering questions from what to do in the future about the coronavirus to what to do in the future about climate change to do you understand the talk that people of color have to have with their children, the cumulative effect it had of him just not answering those questions and rambling on about something else really began to build. So, yeah, that was, I think, the takeaway. Not one knockout, but an overall debate. If you watch the whole thing, you got a much clearer picture of who was ready for the future and who wasn't ready for the future.
Okay, so who used the format well? Because format plays into what we see from the candidates.
Well, I thought that Biden did a better job of answering the direct questions. And in fact, I thought Trump was rambling a lot more. One of the things is you have to be careful about what you accuse your opponent of. He said, I should just let Joe Biden talk because maybe he'll ramble. But then Donald Trump, I noticed on several answers, the question was about race, and he would start talking about fracking or something like that. And so his answer would meander more. So I think Biden did a little bit more with it, and Trump did a little bit better toward the end. But a lot of people might not have noticed that. But he was, I thought, improving toward the end of the debate.
We talked earlier about whether or not Donald Trump needed to widen his stance and maybe try to entice undecided voters or those who are outside of his base. Did you see any of that tonight?
What I saw was he didn't anger anyone anymore. And I think that was important for him because the studies had showed that the independents did not like his attitude in the last debate. So I think he didn't turn anybody off. Now, the next question is, was anybody actually ready for a substantive debate? Did they listen to the questions? Did they pay attention? And that's the one that we'll have to find out. I paid attention, but that's my job. I'm good. I've got a better focus than most. So a lot of people might grade Trump on a curve and say, well, because he didn't do like he did last time, he must have done better. That's not necessarily true. I actually think he did worse in this debate because he listened to the format and followed the rules.
Okay. Closing remarks, of course, can be important. It's what they bring. It's the summation. Who did a better job of presenting to Americans?
I think overall the better job was Biden. The reason Biden did a better job is because he looked at the future and he answered all the questions with plans for what he could do from climate change on up. Trump, when he had his best moments in the debate, and he did have some good moments, he was looking at the past and criticizing Biden. So the real question is, who do we need to lead us next, not how good did you do a few years ago? And so that's how I thought Biden came away with a better debate.
So very clearly, was it Biden that won in your mind?
Oh, yeah, it was very clearly. I think a debate expert and most people at home could pay attention just by listening to the answers and seeing, did they answer the question and do they have a plan? Those two things, did they answer the question, do they have a plan? You'll come up with the same conclusion I did, which is Biden had a substantial victory in this debate.
Tom Graham, appreciate your time, sir. Thank you for that.